Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Good morning here still. Another 20 minutes. How are y'all doing? Boss Baker Chris. 6 months of subbing. I'll win 8 months of subbing. Thank y'all both so much. How are y'all? Good morning. I just wrapped up a next week's podcast. Yes, ask me anything. I'm so not in the thinking process right now, so ask me anything. So yeah, just finished recording next week's podcast. Had a really great conversation. Kate, 14 months of subbing. Let's go. Thank you so much, Kate. Hope you're doing awesome. My hands are cold. It's not cold here. It's like 70 degrees, but for some reason this house is cold. Is your big toe the longest or your second the longest? That's actually a legitimately great question in our household because my big toe is the longest and my wife's second toe is the longest, and I call it her mutant toe. So that's actually a legitimate question that we discuss in this household a lot. I'm normal. She is not. So there you go. All right. Anyway, finished a podcast, then had a nice discussion with my podcast guest for another hour or so afterwards. So we're just finishing up there. Had to get a little snack, little Triscuits and cheese. That's kind of the thing for the snack. And then we'll have a quick stream. I'll eat some lunch, do some shipping. Quixotic Fox, Subapalooza, 12 months of subbing. Let's go. Dude, Sailor Ink Studio 162. You have to tell me 162. I don't know 162 off the top of my head. All right, Mafia Geek has a very important question. We get to pick their pen. Kaweco Student 60 Swing. Fine nib, Waterman Black. Okay. Pilot 823 fine nib with Schaefer Brown. Okay. Waterman Allure F nib with Mont Blanc Black. Or Jinhao 100 F nib with Robert Oster Blue Knight. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Evan. 93. 10 months of subbing. Let's go. Why aren't my alerts happy this morning? Come on, alerts. Jackie with 25 months of subbing. Thank you. Bruce, I'm doing well. Glad you like the shirt. I wear this shirt a lot. It is so comfortable. It is really comfortable. Mafia Geek. Oh, and a Kara's Vertex Marmalade with a Diplomat F nib and Schaefer Green. Like, I don't want... Like, I want to say the 823 as well, just because it's the 823, but what I really want is the Schaefer Brown. I'm leaning toward... All right, I'm going to pick one. I need to really think about this. What was that? No Swirlies, 2 months in a row. Thank you, No Swirlies. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing awesome. All right. I really kind of want that brown ink. That is actually making me lean that way. I'm going to go 823 Schaefer Brown ink. That's my final answer. Final answer. Yeah, like honestly, I love the 823, right? But what I really want is the brown ink in that pen, and I might have chosen different if the brown ink was in a different pen over the regular 823, but it's kind of the best of both worlds. So there you go. I have a new favorite quote. I don't need dust collecting on my sentiment. That was last week, right? Or this week's episode. What was I referring to? Which pen? I can't remember. I can't remember which one. That was your answer. How's the puppers doing, Slumberland Studio? I saw your pictures. I know that's tough going. I saw that the surgery was complete. I have no clue why I don't have an 823 yet. I mean, it's particular. It's a little bit of a particular pen, right? It's expensive for one. It's a little bit big, but it's one of those, it's a fountain pen that makes you realize why you like fountain pens. At least that's how I describe it, right? Like I can like all my bright, colorful sailors, and like my sailors are great, and I enjoy writing with my sailors, but like the 823 is one of those pens that makes you realize why you write with fountain pens. Does that make sense? I want that Schaefer Amethyst ink to come in stock at NS. Do you have a link to that? I haven't seen that yet. Throw me a link in there, and I'll take a look at it. Brad, have you dug yourself out of the knock order pile? Yes, as of Monday. Monday, we're down to 0. I mean, we're back to regular orders now, but the big pile, done. What if you're only allowed 1 ink per manufacturer? What would you choose? What do you mean exactly? Like, if I can choose one of every brand's ink, what ink would I choose, or what brand would I choose as my only ink brand? I wish they'd throw a couple new colors at the 823. Yeah, the navy one was pretty good that they did. They could do more. She's doing better. Tumor in her mouth and 9 teeth. Ah, dang. All right, well, I hope she gets better. Okay, 1 Lamy, 1 Robert Oster, 1 KWZ. All right, let's pick a few brands. Like, what Robert Oster would you pick? I think that's one of the more difficult ones. Like, I can come with probably to an answer with Sailor and Oroshizuku and KWZ and even Diamine, probably quicker than Robert Oster. Fire on Fire? Gosh, I wasn't even considering that. Now I've put myself in the bind, haven't I? Because I wasn't going to pick Fire on Fire because I'm bad at capitalism, y'all. It literally did not cross my mind. Now I'm regretting. Oh, there's no image. Rewizzles. We need an ink called with that name. We need an ink with that name. Why does someone just needs to make the ink bottle and put that logo on it? So I haven't seen. There was a Navy 823. Yeah, so they did a blue translucent, dark blue translucent for a store shop special. It's like 100 units. It was like $500 or $600. It was a Japanese, like it was this high end store that they made us. It was like the store's 20th anniversary or something like that. All right, I have not seen purple turquoise. Is that a word? Is that a color? Purple turquoise? Are there any pics of this? Brad asked Santa for Diatramentus Document Brown. I swear I bought that on your recommendation one time. I must not have. 1982 with the Prime sub, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. You are awesome. It's been listed since October. Are there any colors of purple turquoise? No, I'm compelled to hunt this down. Hype Train level 2. Thank you all for the late start Hype Train. I love it. Love it. Choo Choo Hype High. Oh, that is a derpy high. That is it. The alerts are going berserks. All right. Image coming soon. So there's a free ink name. What color is image coming soon, y'all? What color of ink is image coming soon? And then I'll get back to the real question. Gray, transparent, gray, blue. Copy paste there. Yeah, most likely. I'm writing this down. Some weird multi-shader where you can't actually give it a color. White. That would be cool. So, Rewizzles, are you thinking this is like cross violet? Is that the purple cross that's so nice? Are we thinking it's going to be like a vibranty purple, like the cross violet? Blue turquoise. I mean, blue turquoise makes sense, but yeah, purple turquoise. I have a municipal connection to a transparent ink supplier. That's a whole sentence. I like that. Yeah, Schaefer redoing their ink lineup. I wish I knew, but the person won't reply to me. Schaefer, Newell, Rubbermaid. What do you think of the new Fig Boot on Pen's Carolina Midnight? I love it, especially the dark trim. If I was interested in getting another Leonardo, I would get the one with the dark trim. I'm not in the market for one right now, though. I think it's killer. Like that's my color. Should be in the new bottle with the inner inkwell, which I do want to try. Do you have a link to that? Why am I not aware of these? I need to look at this. Yeah. Do you have pictures? All right. So back. All right. Pick a Robert Oster ink. You get one ink, and that's the only Robert Oster ink you can own. What is it? And I'm going to exclude myself from this because I'm going to say Fire on Fire 2. And I was really going to go with one of the blues, like Lake on Fire. But since I started it, we're going to go with Fire on Fire. Fire on Ice, yeah, that's a classic. Sushi's shockingly good. I do like the sushi color. Ajodo Swagger, I just paid for the next batch of Ajodos. Thunderstorm, maybe this is too hard. Denim Blue, Bruce has Denim Blue. Honeybee, Fire on Ice. Hemp is a really good color. Want to Explore says Robert Oster Van S Hemp. I really enjoy that color. I need to re-ink that one. I was more pleased with that color than I thought I would be, honestly. Cafe Crema, that is maybe the classic Robert Oster non-blue ink, so you gotta like that 1982. Honeybee is another popular one. Fire and Ice is kind of properly great, right? Havasu Falls is better than Fire and Ice. I don't think I've tried Havasu Falls. African Gold has grown on me. I didn't use that one, did I? What's the one brownishy? Bondi Blue. Bondi. Oh, man. Ever since Steven messed up how to say Bondi, I forget how to say it. All right, there's the bottle. MOC Mike, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Okay, here's the new bottle. I have not seen this. That's not it. How's that? Is that the new color? Oh, that's Image Not Found. That is Image Not Found. That's the color of Image Not Found. There you go. So sorry, I don't have my camera plugged in, so I hit the wrong button. All right, so there's the bottle. Pretty great. So there is so this is a 30 milliliter bottle. It has an insert in it. Is that correct? My desk cam that shoots my desk is not plugged in right now. That's what that screen was. Go to the second picture. Now I'm confused. This looks like someone lifted up their tongue, and that's like the tongue connector. Can someone explain this to me? I got nothing. What is happening? How is this making my life better? I can get the pin in there when it's low. Spaced off the old Schaefer bottles when snorkels were around. I mean, that makes a lot more sense. We're 100% getting this, chat. Brad, any thoughts on archival links? Yes, you did send me an email. And there was, like, I don't know about Hemingway's time, but even before that, I saved that for a future Ask TPA. I have it. I still have the question. So before that was a lot of the Iron Gall inks, right, which we discussed on a recent podcast, maybe the last one. is that the iron gall, the real walnut nut inks that are boiled and have archival properties. Brad, do you realize I only got on Twitch to watch you? I feel super happy about that, Bruce. I do appreciate that. That's pretty cool. I think probably like in the pen community, not because of me, but like a lot of people are on Twitch just to see the pen community as a whole, and anything I can do to kind of like lift that up, I'm glad to do. So I'm glad you're here. Should I log my ink vent as samples or bottles? They are 12 milliliters. What a great question. Still not totally sure what's happening with this bottle, y'all. It's like I want to give you a close-up of my tongue, but I'm not going to do that. It's not that kind of show. I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned. I need this in person to see what's happening. Yeah, and I think a lot of the early 1900s black ink was just like pigmented permanent inks. But I'm not 100% sure. Sorry, that's my chat screen. If it's 12 milliliters, I'm probably doing bottle as well. Work. I would lean towards bottles. I think once you get to about 10, once you get double digit milliliters, I think bottle. Unless it comes in a vial. I don't know. That's a good question. What does Brad like to get as a gift on special occasion? Pen, stationery, or different route for gifts? Generally different route. I like books. I like getting books for gifts. People rarely blindly buy me pens or stationery. Here's a good picture of the old bottle. Okay, so that's up top. Okay, so it's at the, I'm sorry, I'm not showing y'all. All right, so so you can pour with the cap closed, you can tip it over, pull it back, and you will have a top-bound reservoir in the bottle. Where before the snorkel, if you're not familiar with the snake or snorkel, it'd have a little tube that could go down. Like, I'm not getting a vac in there. Right? It's like for a snorkel, I get it. Because you're just getting like the nib in the feed and then the tip of the snorkel. Like, I want it. Believe me, I want it. Sick day. Hope you're okay. Lami for life. Hope you're feeling better. Great for filling with a syringe or a converter directly. Not great for pens with large nibs. Yeah, like it's useful. Like I don't dislike it. I'm just trying to understand it. I understand this picture better. Thank you for sending that. It's great. Like maybe it's a sign they're bringing back the snorkel. How cool would that be? I would be down for that. Yeah, it's making sense now. So it's got this little dip in the glass here so you can tip it over into it. And then you have a little area to fill. Cool. Okay, I like it. I'm down with that. And plus, what are the 30 milliliter bottles? $12. All right. Here's a question for y'all. What is the perfect ink bottle size, like in milliliters? What is the best, if you were making your ink brand today, what size ink bottles are you going to make? Price doesn't matter. What size bottle is the best bottle? While you're all thinking about that, I'll answer Bruce. Brad, what are good cover options for an A6 Techo? Hobonichi's own covers are really good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we made some at Knock, but I think we're about out of them. The Seed A6 size. So 50s and 30s, Evan says 65. Tessa says 500. I believe that. That's a J. Harbon. And what did Rattler say? Rattler Jen said, the biggest you can buy. So 30 or 50, 30 or 50. So not quite split, maybe a little bit longer on the 50. I'm not sure about the size, but the Ackerman bottles are great. Yeah, Ackerman bottles are great. They're 60 milliliters. Like from a usage perspective, I'm way on the 30 bandwagon. Oh, there you go. 1982, Bruce has you. The Galen Leather A6s are really good. They're on sale for $30 now. I don't know what's left. I think the purple ones are left. Oh, you like the TI Ardo? That's a cool pen, Tessa. I like that. So why aren't there any 40 milliliter bottles? If 30 and 50 are so popular, should we split the difference? So if we do our new ink company chat, we're going to make 40 milliliter bottles. There you go. See, we're problem solving here. Found a Mandarin Notco pencil pouch in Australia. Of course, got all their inventory and curly shipping. Dang. You don't see Mandarin ever. I'm going to talk to my dad. I love purple. Yeah, it's 50% off right now. It's normally 60. It's down to 30. I bet it's driven by price per milliliter, and 40 milliliter puts you at a weird price point. I'm not sure because like what those new Kobe onomatopoeia inks are 25 milliliters and like $30, and they'll sell the heck out of them, right? Like I understand what you're saying. Like I'm with that thought process, but in ink, I don't think it makes that much difference anymore. Just look at Staler Ink Studio, because they're like $20 for 25 milliliters, and they fly off the shelves. Like people, like as long as you're not charging like $60 for a bottle of ink, you're gonna do pretty well, I think. So yeah, why not be different? 40 milliliters sold. Going once, going twice, sold. I think Diatramenis makes 35s. Yeah, someone makes 35s. 42 milliliters, and we'll call it the prime number edition. I think that's what we do. 42 milliliters, prime number edition, and all the labels say image not found. I think we've just solved our problem. I don't ever look at the amount of ink in a bottle before buying it. I kind of don't either. That's the joke, Mafia Geek. I made a mistake once, and I've never lived it down. I do know it's the answer to life, the universe, and everything, but I made this one mistake one time, like just rambling on the podcast, and I caught it real quick, but it kind of stuck with me. So we joked that 42 is a prime number sometimes. One time. Yeah, one time. Just once. Just once. What's the question? I don't know. Eroded brony? That's a different stream. I like this brainstorming session we're having. See, 42 means a lot to a lot of different people. I still never read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Rich Sticks, 28 months of sub, let's go. It would not be a 37 ounce bottle though. We wouldn't do that. I did notice the size of those onomatopoeia inks, which is why I haven't bought one. Yeah, I thought those were like perfect. And then I saw the capacity, and what's weird is they're using the same vase bottle, right? It's got a different cap. I was like, oh, that's very cool. And then like, what are those miniature, not vase bottle, excuse me, the ink pot bottle. What are those little mini ink pots look like? I kind of want one. I think I would like those books too. It's just never been on. Like I remember starting Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when I was a kid. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Then just never finished it. Listen to the BBC radio serials that predated books anyway. That would be actually a good audiobook. I never do audiobooks. I don't have the patience for audiobooks. But It's so good. Okay, that's actually more tempting than the books. I have a stack of books I need to read. I gotta finish. Uh, I gotta finish my writing project though of Sarah's book. Because of you, I say let's go now. Influencer skateboard Brad. I need to make a better screenshot of my how do you do fellow kids. How can you not finish it? Yeah, no, it's gonna be finished. I'm very very happy. Do you have anything else than purple for the Not Co seed? I would have to check and see if I had gray. I know they're sold out on the site. I'm gonna do a re-inventory, but there's only two colors. It's the purple one and then the gray one. That's it. No other colors were made of it. Yeah, I'm 100% finishing my writing project. Douglas Adams was mostly a radio and TV writer, including credits on Monty Python's Flying Circus and Doctor Who. I didn't know that. I did not know that. If you order the purple one, Bruce, like if you're anxious to get it, order the purple one and put in a note to swap it to gray. I think I probably have a handful of the gray ones left. I know I do. I see them in the chat. In the inventory. Auburn fan 99, 7 months of summer. Let's go. Alerts are not cooperating today. Ooh, I just saw Goulet posted image of the new Homo sapiens. What colors are they? Okay, I definitely have a gray one. I know for a fact I do. Bruce. Still toggling pens, pencils on the writing project. It's almost always going to be pens. But I haven't tried the wooden pencil yet. I want to do a wooden pencil. I'm probably going to skip the next, like mechanical pencil. I did that once and I'm like, it's not really, really great. Send a link for those Homo sapiens. We'll take a look. Thank you, Mafia Geek. We'll pull that up in a second. Just order a purple one and say gray instead in the comments. Correct. I know for a fact I have one. We'll look at that in just a second. So the toggling pens, pencils, I'm going to do wooden pencil to see how that goes. But the mechanical pencil, I found myself like pressing too hard to get the darkness that I wanted. So it ended up hurting my hand when I was writing. So that was done. I'll try wooden pencil, but I think it's going to be mostly pens. Sunderland 2018, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right, let's see what this is. That is Visconti. That is very Visconti. Visconti Homo sapiens dual touch fountain pen camouflage. Was anyone going with camouflage on this? I was going with snake. I was going with the anaconda. I mean, is this not anaconda? I mean, look. It's not for me, obviously, but it is really pretty. Like, I think it's pretty. Okay, is these the other colors? I mean, I actually prefer the other two colors more. Actually, the top one, the brown and kind of champagne, is that kind of lime green. Whatever color this one is, the top one. That top one's sweet. But if you're gonna get this finish, I think black's the last choice, right? I think you gotta show the barrel material. Are these snap caps? These are snap caps. That's weird. Brad, how much is shipping? $5. I like the look of the pen, but for the price, I'm probably getting a Mont Blanc for BMW and look for used. Yeah. No, I prefer the traditional Homo sapiens for sure. But I'm wondering, like, if you're going for this look, I think black is like the last choice, right? That brown one's pretty nice. I like the brown one. Man, there's a lot of these now. Here it is. What color? Cognac. I like that one. It's almost like a tinted green. It's almost like a pistachio. I'd go with a Graphon Faber-Castell if that's the solid pen I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm guessing magnet caps. Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is I'm surprised they're not, what do they call I just call them hook and ladder. What do they call that? No rush, Bruce. I'm not going to ship it before Saturday probably, so you got time. At least GVFC will have a nib that works. Fair. I bet they get these nibs tuned. I'll have to ask Mark if he's still doing tunings. Thank you. The hook safe caps, they seem to be phasing them out. Interesting. I wonder if that's a cost thing. I think that's the best looking one. What is this? Oh, is this one of the swirly ones? Yeah. Like, I'd much rather have the swirly one. Like, if I was going to buy, like, I'm fine with my Blizzard Homo Sapiens. Well, Homo Sapiens is one I don't really need two of, right? I have mine. It's a very expensive pen, but that's a pretty one. I do like that one. All right. See you, Tessie. Tessie. I was saying Ivy and Tessa together. My words aren't with me today. You'll get to keep seeing my tweet deck in my chat because I'm not good at buttons. I think this style of section gives you more room and it's easier to clean. Maybe. I have to be talked into like cleaning and inking my Homo Sapiens just because of the... I know I should trust the material. I haven't yet. But that Blizzard material, it just seems absorbent, even though I know it's not. Like, I've dipped it in the ink and done all that stuff. What are you talking about into? Oh, there you go. I have a Pilot Custom Heritage 92 medium fine. Do you know where I can get a different nib? You can't put a Franklin Christoph Yovo nib in there. Yeah, Pilot nibs. Yeah, Pilot nibs are, for lack of a better term, proprietary. Valorant Chen, welcome. The only thing you could do is swap it out with a different Pilot nib, but then you'd have to find a loose one somehow, or someone willing to trade with you for that size nib. So yeah, not a fan of the medium fine. Or are you looking for smaller or wider? I mean, that's a pretty fine nib. So do you want it even finer or do you want it broader? It's too thick, so you want down to extra fine. If you want it finer, you can get it modified. Yeah. So that actually, what you have, it would cost more money. Like, it's not just like a trade, right? But you could get it modified. And a medium fine into an even finer nib would work perfect. That would be completely normal thing to do. It would actually be pretty easy. Depending on where you are, what part of the country is, I can recommend, or where in the world you are. I don't know. There's all kinds of nib people we can recommend. Midwest, like Dan Smith is right there in Iowa. So the Nibsmith, just from a proximity shipping cost thing, but you can really go anywhere. But yeah, and it's probably going to be between, I don't know, 30 and 40 bucks, I'm guessing. But then at least you get the pen to where you want to use it, right? I find Sailor to be a bit scratchy. Price point under 250 gold nib, like colors, suggestions. Yeah, the Sailor nibs can be scratchy. Gold nib under 250. Pilot, custom 74, like into Grumman's talking about the 3776 platinum. Neither have a huge range of colors. They both use translucent barrels, like not solid colors. Like Sailor does a lot of solid colors, but they're too expensive now. Do you ship the nib or the whole pen? You will ship the whole pen. What is Runza? I don't know what Runza is. It's either an anime or a food or a drink. Y'all could play that game with me. Anime or beverage. So, gold nibs under 250 is now becoming a rarefied air, right? So, you're looking at the Pilot Custom Heritage 912, but that doesn't come in colors, and they're looking for colors, right? So, that's my dream scenario for years now, is Pilot Custom Heritage to do solid acrylic colors. Give me an orange, give me purple, give me blue, 912s. Solid acrylic. Same basic barrel. They would do so well because they would still be cheaper than Sailor's comparable pens. It would be great. C74s in colors. Yes, I recommended that one. Custom 74 and 3776. Same as the 743. What, the 912? Yovo gold nibs are under 250. True. Like, so you could do things like Franken, Christoph, Brooks, Schoen Design, do the upgrade into the Yovo gold nib. Yeah, no colors on the 743. It's like Runza is a fast food chain out of Nebraska. Hamburgers and is that a misspelling or is that a real word? Beer rocks? I don't know what that is. Gold nibs under 250 in colors. Standout has to be the Vanishing Point, right? Vanishing Point's awesome, but I didn't allow Rattler Gens there. Runs is like a Sloppy Joe's and a big hot dog bun, but they forget the sauce. Got it. What was I answering? Oh, the Vanishing Point. Yeah, the Vanishing Point is awesome. It's one of the hardest pens to recommend to other people, right? So, like, I never recommend the Vanishing Point, despite it being really great for certain people, including myself, right? B-Rocks are like loose meats in an enclosed bun. So, the Sloppy Joe idea. All right. I guess I'm looking now. Oh. Actually, I probably shouldn't look at this. I'm really hungry. Cook more with Germans, people? I'd be down with that. Anime or beverage? Big O, Big Red, Samurai Jam. So I'm going to go, let's see, Big O. I'm going to go with Big O as a drink. And then the last two are animes. Big Red and Samurai Champloo. I don't know. I've never heard of any of them. I drink Big KO, so I'm going to go with Big O as a beverage. Do you see what Ben Walsh is designing with nibs? Not gold, but he's creating nibs, housing, and feeds. Yes, that will be very interesting if he can execute that well. That will be good. Because I get asked about custom feeds all the time. I get asked more about colorful feeds than I do about colorful nibs. Seems like people really, really want colorful feeds, and like I'm all into that customization, right? Big Red is bubblegum soda. I need an Ultim feed. Yeah, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. Once you actually said that, and I thought about it. Big O and Samurai Champloo are names. Big Red is the original red cream soda out of Waco, Texas. Okay, I like cream soda. Cream soda and root beer, I need like I just need like a little hitter, like a little 4 ounce of those. They're just way too sugary for me. I'm not sure an Ultim feed would work. Plastic feeds are chemically treated to be able to move liquids, and Ultim is designed to be impervious to many chemicals. Gotcha. Okay. I was just thinking of the like the stiffness of the material, but that makes sense. There is a flow treatment that a lot of plastics go through. More durable housing, making the feeds. Oh, that's right. He said Teflon. Yeah. That would, I mean, I was talking about nibs with someone today, and there's places to go with nibs. So there is interesting things that can still be done with nibs. I mean, there's interesting things that can be done with all of it, but like nibs are like, we buy all the fancy pens, right? And we have all the same nib. Interesting thought. Woohoo! Made it for the end. We've only been going like 40 minutes. I didn't start. I had a podcast recording this morning, so I recorded next week's episode. Speaking of which, next Tuesday stream, I will not be here. I recorded a next week's show because Mike won't be here for the podcast next week. So I'll probably stream Wednesday and Thursday next week, like Wednesday night, Thursday this time morning. So There were no stream on Tuesday. Got it? Chair stream? Nah. May do that on Wednesday. So yeah, we just started. We're not going to stay long today. I actually have a ton of work to do today. But I drained my laptop. I don't know if I need a new laptop just because the battery is just not lasting long. I guess it lasted about 2 hours of Zoom, but I had to go plug it in. Is it a Mac? Yeah, and it's not that old. It's probably only like 3 years old, MacBook. I usually go through a MacBook. I'll buy a MacBook about every 5 or 6 years. So this one seems to be battery constrained quicker than my previous. Yeah, I don't have the M1 yet. I'm actually want to like almost even downgrade to the Air. I like using my iPad for like all the writing. The only thing I do with that I need the laptop is I don't really do like actual publishing on the laptop to the blog, but I could make that work, and I don't do podcasting on the iPad. So I'd like to actually ramp down to something even smaller. M1 MacBook Air, yeah, maybe. All the same nib is why I've recently words. All the same nib is why I've recently become more comfortable with more expensive standard pens. I realize if I'm spending $200 for a beautiful pen with the same Yovo nib and Schmidt converter, which work great, no shade, I can spend $100 for a beautiful pen with the same Pilot or Schmidt refill. Yeah. It's a thing. Totally. You will enjoy next week's podcast, I think. I mean, everyone's going to enjoy next week's podcast. The OS is different than iOS. Can't do most things on mobile OS. What did I do to my refill? Tessa, you were fast. Is it true that next week podcast is with Santa Claus? You are not far off. You are not far off. Very Santa Claus podcast. I have the notes of the show on this sheet of paper right here. I'm glad my camera's not up because you'd be able to read them. Is it with the Tentarius crew? No, but like that should be on the list. Like my next guests should be, it's not Ian. My next guest should be Eric and Jeffrey. I'm actually going to write that down. That would be great. Add it to the list. I wonder what pen Santa uses for his naughty and nice list. Is it a Pilot Friction? He might use a Pilot Friction. That's awesome, Tessa. I can't upgrade my iMac because it's the last year that they let you use an old iMac as a secondary display. Yeah, that's nice. I would love a podcast with Ian Schoen. We'll do that one day. What I would love to do is go to Philadelphia and interview him in person. But the Bent Tines did an interview with Ian, so if anyone's got a link to that, you should definitely check that out if you haven't already. He must use one of those Polar Noodlers inks. Nice. I just picked up my first Esterbrook from General Station, the JR Pocket Pen. I love that pen. It's a really cool pen. I am very happy with the JR, and I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I like the full size SD. Like it's a smaller pen, but I like smaller pens, and they just did it good. They did a good job with the JR. I would want to see if you go to Philly. Maybe you can do it if you go to the Philly show. Yeah, that would be on my radar. Because like next year, didn't Mike do a live stream with Ian one time when Audrey's around? I think you're right. That sounds familiar. Mike and Audrey are going to LA for the BTS concert. Was going to buy a JR, but then got a restored vintage J on eBay for half the price. Love the love refiller. And let's be perfectly honest, I think the nibs are better too, right? Those vintage Esterbrook nibs, they're great. Nothing wrong with the current nib. Nothing wrong with the current style. Something about a nice restored vintage J series Esterbrook. They're really joyous to write with. Maybe Santa uses those 2-color editor pencils. That is smart. That could be it. Maybe that's why they sold out so fast at CW. I'm glad I got my box. All right. So we did Kate's question about the ink brand, pick one ink. I want to do that for Sailor. So we did Robert Oster. If you were picking one Sailor ink, and that's the only Sailor ink you ever get to own, and I'll count Bungbox and Kobe, the specialty Sailors, in there as well. If you can pick one, what would it be? And I'm going with a stock one, and it's Yamadori. So my all-time Sailor is Yamadori. As much as I love Apricot and Sky High, Sweet Love, Iriori, Sky High, Ricky Chow, Hatsuoki, Seibuku. What's Hatsukoi? I don't know Hatsukoi right off the top of my head. Piano Mahogany. Are you going to stream your writing? I've done one stream of it. I will do more streams of it, yeah. So there will be more just writing streams. Apricot is so good. Apricot is great. I have 2 bottles. I have 2 bottles of Apricot, 2 bottles of Sky High, Epinard, Grenade. All the classics I have. I am really enamored with Yamadori. It's a really good ink. I like Ken Makuse better. Slightly darker. Is that what you feel? No swirlies? I feel it's slightly darker. What do you think? Between Apricot and Ken Makuse. I have both. So that means I have like 3 bottles. I have a 3rd bottle. I have 2 Apricots, 1 Ken Makuse bottle. I haven't used any of them recently. Because I used Fire on Fire. Oh, I did get this. I'll show you this in just a second. Joking, can't tell a difference. I think it's dark. I think it's slightly darker. But it's close, right? What's the equivalent of a Narwhal F and a Spoke Yovo nib? Enjoying the Narwhal fine? It might be a medium. But I would like someone else to say Narwhal F to Yovo. I find their nibs to be wide. They have a lot of tipping. I think a Narwhal F is equivalent to a Yovo M. Does anyone agree or disagree that has experience with the Narwhal nibs? I only have very limited experience. Oh, Manyo Haha is really, really good, Imbrent. That's a good one. Manyo Haha is a really neat ink. Epinard and the Racing Green Icon, that's a good call. All right, have y'all seen this? So John from Stationary Orbit sent me this. New Brew fountain pen ink. It's like looks like Sex Panther. 60% of the time it works every time. So this showed up with no note. I had to email who it came from, the vendor, to figure out that John had sent it to me because I don't think I got the note. So yeah, this is New Brew fountain pen ink. Deep Space. So what Deep Space is a shimmer ink. This is going to be right up my alley. It's like a blue with a silver shimmer. Did yours also show up in a Pen Realm box? Yes. And I had to email Kirk. I said, hey, I got this ink. Did you send me this? Shimmer's a bit too big, so it'll be pen dependent, nib dependent. But I hadn't seen this before, but it's 60% of the time it works every time, is I think what we're going for here. Deep Space and Kirk, is this Star Trek? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I keep meaning to. Because it's going to be a good color. I don't have my side camera set up yet, so we're not going to sample it. Oh, it just splattered on me. Way to go. Be cautious, but okay. Maybe I'll try it with some dip nibs, glass nibs, folded nibs, that kind of stuff first. We have to do I still have my maybe next Thursday we'll do the Mormon ink kit that I got, right? The mix your own ink kits. We'll do that next week or the week after. Sailor dip pen. Did y'all see that pen that I retweeted the other day? Let's look at that real quick. I'm not sure what they're doing here. It's very confusing. Hey, Kat, how are you? Welcome. Which ink matches your watch band? Oh, there's some decent inks we can find out there that are minty green. It's funny, I would never write with this color, but I love this color. Look at this. Making pens, using pens, or collecting pens? All of the above. So I make pens, use pens, collect pens. So like, yeah, the minty green, it's a ooh la la color. I like it. But yeah, I'm just doing a quick stream today, so I didn't have all my pen stuff ready to go, but we do talk about and use pens all the time, talk about writing, talk about all kinds of things. So this is the Sailor pen that came up the other day. And thank you for the follow, by the way. You are in the right place if you like pens. All right. So this showed up on my Twitter feed, yesterday? And I was like, huh, that's a thing. And I didn't even notice the nib things here. I just saw, what's Sailor doing here? But it turns out it's a dip nib that you just... So you have a standard fountain pen nib. I don't know what size that is. And then you have a 1mm stub nib. And you can just interchange them. And that's what threw me off at first. Is like, why are these nibs interchanging? How does it work with the ink in there? But then I realized it's a dip pen. It took me a minute. I had to translate it. And then I was like, oh, it's a dip pen. I was like, well, why am I going to be removing this if I'm going to get stuff on my fingers? And, how does this work? And I was like, oh, well, you just clean it off because it's just a dip nib and a holder. I like the waist it has. Yeah, I think that's good. I like the longer, shapier barrels for like nib holders and stuff. Raven Blackheart, an ink addict accidentally stumbling into ink review time. Holy shit, I can always feel my wallet hurting. You are in trouble. Welcome. Oh, Rich Sticks with the gifted sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That is awesome. Yeah, we like pens and inks here. We're just doing a little chat today. I usually do more show and tell type of stuff. I didn't have quite the time to get everything set up today. So yeah, 2 nibs, 1 handle. I want to say it's around $11 or something. 2 different colors. Oh no, excuse me. It's around $24. So that's 24.20 yen. What that converts to what? It's going to be around low $20. So white barrel, gray barrel, 2 nib sizes per. That seems right. Haruroto, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. We also do giveaways here, so I'm going to give y'all some stuff in a minute. I did some cleaning up yesterday, so I put some more things in the icebox of happiness. I would get this, right? It's just a fun little pen. If anyone wants to do the real conversion, 24.20 yen, but that's going to be what, $22-ish or so. So it's pretty much decimal point translation over there. So yeah, very cool. I don't know if it'll come over to the US. We'll see. I would get that. It's going to be messy though. If you swap it without cleaning. 2137. Thank you. Yeah, completely reasonable for 2 nibs. Yeah, I saw the Retro 51s move on top of the Icebox of Happiness. Yeah, I just did a little rearranging. Because what you can't see is there's usually a huge pile of stuff right here. Like there's a bin. Y'all see me bring out the bin. It's gone. Like there's nothing here right now. So some of it's on the table over here. That's going to go to the review crew. That's going to be doing some reviews. Everything else is either in my review stack, which is in my bedroom, the Closet of Doom, or the Icebox of Happiness. So there you go. There you go. But yeah, had a little, just a little relocation up there. What's your Grail pen? That's a really good question. So I have 2 very expensive pens that I love kind of for different reasons. I guess they're my Grail pens. I really have no intentions of spending that kind of money on any other pen. Like nothing really does it for me as much as these. But I have a Namiki Milky Way Galaxy, Urushi and Rodden, and then I have a Nakaya portable writer. And those are like my number 1 and number 2 pens that I don't know that I can do better than for me. So I don't have them sitting in here, but I usually do bring out pens. Also, I need a room to put this tray because I don't like this tray on my desk, but I want it within reach. So sorry, you have to come back when we have the full camera set up. I was just doing kind of a chat today, so there's some pens. So yeah, I made room up here to actually put stuff that I use instead of just filling it with junk, which is what it was before. Not junk, but I was just like stacking papers and loose items and a bunch of randomness up there. I want it to actually be some useful stuff up there. The ink, the pencil sharpener, some paper. Junk like your letter. So that left and is now in the Closet of Doom along with some of the other letters. But I read it yesterday when I was moving stuff around because I keep it there. It's one of my favorite things. I'm never going to send it to you now. May the Order has a comment for to swap the purple and gray. Cool. I can do that. Like I said, it'll probably be Saturday or Sunday morning before you'll get a shipping notification for that. Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate it. You will see a shipping notification once I do. Half-written letter lost in the Closet of Doom. Nah, it's in the proper. There's a letter writing place in there, where people have written me letters, and not that I have, and it's with those. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all, the Closet of Doom. It's a lost cause. All right, so let's give something away since we're talking about it, because I need to probably go eat lunch and do some real work before I go get the kids. It's in the shrine, yeah. Closet of Doom stream, I know. I think I'll probably stream it. You just won't be able to see much, but I'll just prop my phone up in there or something. Do you know if the right notepads are A6, the ones that come from Shown Design? No, they're a proprietary design, but they will fit. They should fit in the A6 notebook. Because I have some of those notebooks for like the Pen Addict notebooks. As a matter of fact, let's give those away. Because I got some of those. Boring work meetings are boring. Yeah, just lurk it all day long. Yeah, but I think that the width of the height definitely comes in under the A6 size. The width, I think, does. So let's give a pack away. Maybe Bruce will win, and then he'll be able to find out. Sir Jerkface, what have I missed over the last 2 months? Not much. All right, so these are the Right notepads. This is a 3-pack of Right notepads of the dope Pen Addict edition. Had these in the Closet of Doom, just held in the stash, but I got some other ones that I've saved in a different. They're smaller in both dimensions. Good. I assumed as much. So they're kind of perfect for those A6 cases. They can just slide in there. You have yet to win? Maybe. That would be hilarious. All right. So yeah, for people that are new to the stream, we had a lot of new followers today. I try to give something away every stream, sometimes 2 things, depending on how long I go. Anyone can win. I will ship anywhere in the world. You don't have to be a follower or a subscriber, but you have to, when you see the giveaway come up, you have to physically type in to enter. And then if you win, you have to reply, hey, I'm here, because you have to be present to win. And then you have to email me your shipping address, all right? So let me set this up. And then we're probably going to wrap it because I'll have been now talking for almost 3+ hours in a row. And my throat is I'm getting ready to have like a coughing fit. So we got to rest the voice. All right. So this is one 3-pack of these. And then I'll show you real quick some other things I found that we'll give away. Are those Surfer Cowboys on the shirt? Yes. Apparently. Make a honey and lemon drink. That actually sounds good. All right. This giveaway is open. You type !raffle. Anyone can win. Shipping's on me. This is just something I do because I have a lot of stuff and I want to give it to you. So while y'all are entering, we got, for later reviews or giveaways, I have this cool Ferris wheel press ink sampler thing. This is all stuff that I was just probably not going to review, but it'd be good to give away. We'll give away those Etcher fountain pens that they sent me. What were those? Which Wingsung model those were? I forget. I got a stack of washi tape to give away. Still didn't find my skinny stuff. I got some mini Orochizuku bottles to give away. We got the paper to give away. I found a Nebula notebook to give away. Got the endless stuff. Some Midori papers, Morimon papers. Lots of little kits, Japanese stationery kits to give away. Stuff like that. So, Raven, you haven't seen anything. You need to see the Closet of Doom. The Closet of Doom is where you want to raid. Yeah, my wife wants you to give away the Closet of Doom. Excuse me. Are we going to get to see the 12 Days of Christmas? Maybe. Are those proprietary ink vials within the Ferris wheel kit? Yeah, I don't know. I think they are glass. They were kind of clinking in there. All right, 1 second left. Done. What if I pay rent to live in your Closet of Doom? My dog wouldn't like that. Toby is very territorial. He would be borking a lot. But if you like stationery, you'd have enough for the rest of your life in there. All right, let's pick a winner. No swirlies. No swirlies. First time winner, no swirlies. First time whirlies. I try, Miss G's, to do the treat trick to make Toby like people. It does not. He does not like people. No swirlies. First time winner? First time winner? I think maybe yes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right. So email me, hello@penaddict.com. I mean, I just joined your stream for first time in 5 minutes and I looked at new inks and paper. Yeah, that's what we do here. Generally, I do a lot more like pen stuff during the stream. Just today, I recorded a podcast that went really long, so I didn't have time. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. Eastern, you will see me do tons of pen stuff. Like, I'm just surrounded by stuff here. It's my job. Like, I write a blog called The Pen Addict. I have a podcast. I make things. So, yeah, we do all the pen and paper and ink stuff right here. We just didn't happen to do a lot of it today because I was running behind. And I just wrote no swirlies on a piece of paper. Alan with the gifted sub to Raven Blackheart. Thank you so much. I'm glad you found us. And this is someone with ink filing cabinets, and about 5 years worth of notepads and notebooks. Yep. You are in the right place. You have found the right people. You have found your people. So welcome. All right, no swirlies. Email me. I'll get this shipped out on Saturday. You don't have to rush. Just whenever you get to it. Let's see. Should we rate anybody? Any of our friends streaming? Do we have more stationary people streaming? Doesn't look like it right now. Let me poke around here. The Pen people. Angel is a pandemic puppy. She doesn't like other dogs or people much. That must be what Toby is, except he was pre-pandemic. I'm just peeking if there's anyone we want to raid today. I think we'll just wrap it today. Who was up here? Raven with the gift sub. Way to pay it forward. Oh, you're too kind. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. I think we'll just wrap it today. Again, I will not be streaming on Tuesday next week. We'll make up for it Wednesday evening, nighttime stream, Thursday daytime stream. I don't know. Something else. I don't know if I'll do something tomorrow or Saturday. I might pop in and do some writing in the next 2 days. I haven't streamed enough this week and next week. Thank you for congrats for surviving November. It was a month. November's still happening. November is still happening for me. All right. So I know I need to stream more. Like my schedule's been whack, admittedly so. Lots of things going on outside the streaming Pen Addict world. But we got it. Yeah, that's it today. Y'all are awesome. I will be back soon. I might try to squeeze something in. Keep your alerts on. If I pop in this weekend or Friday, I'll do a writing stream. No promises on that. I got a lot to do. But I would like to do that. I have not quite streaming enough. All right. Love y'all's faces. Thanks. Y'all have a good one.